The government of India now has been going heavy on infrastructure lately. Highways is expanding, rail connectivity is increasing, ports are scaling up, but the real question is kyun? Why invest lakhs of crore in concrete and steel when the same money could feed millions, build hospitals, eliminate poverty? What is it about infra that makes it the backbone of economic progress? In this video, we are going to decode exactly that, but with a live economic simulation. And we'll see how infra reshapes productivity, resilience, and survival of societies. तो समझने के लिए ना, let's build a small world and run an economic simulation in a software. ठीक है? Picture this. एक ना society है. There are 10 people in this society. These 10 people wake up every morning at 8 AM. 8 बजे वो एक बस पकड़ के फैक्ट्री जाते हैं. 3 घंटे लगते हैं रास्ते में. They arrive at factory 12 बजे और वहाँ पे काम करते हैं. They produce millets, बाजरा. They work for 5 hours and then again 3 घंटे लगा के वो वापस आते हैं with the millets that they have produced, which they will consume for next day's energy. So the economy operates in a very simple manner. हर इंसान 5 घंटे काम करता है and they produce 500 gram millets every day. Their consumption amount is same. हर एक इंसान 500 ग्राम मिलेट्स कंज्यूम करता है. सिस्टम सीम्स टू बी इन एन इक्विलिब्रियम. सो लेट्स स्टार्ट द सिमुलेशन. यहाँ पे आपको 3 कैमरा के एंगल दिखेंगे. 1 द फैक्ट्री, 1 द हाउस, another is a general view. As you can see, the initial food stock is 5000 grams. Population जो है 10 लोगों की है. And at 8 AM every day, these 10 people start their journey from the society, travel via this bus, इस road पे, to the factory. This journey takes them 4 hours और ये लोग 12 बजे फैक्ट्री पे पहुँचते हैं. They work in the factory for 5 hours producing 500 gram millets और फिर वो 5 बजे again take the bus and they return to their society. Again, the return trip also takes 4 hours and finally वो घर पहुँच के you see 10,000 का फूड स्टॉक था, 5,000 हो गया. They've consumed 5,000 gram millets and then ये cycle continue होता है. So basically every day they go to factory, produce 5,000 gram millets, they come back, consume that and the cycle continues. यार on paper this looks very simple and elegant, but इस simulation में ना there's one thing which is a productivity killer और वो है ये 4 घंटे का commute. And to demonstrate that, I'm going to introduce one variable in this simulation. The variable that we are going to introduce is sickness. ऐसा मान के चलो कि हर दिन there's a 10% chance that कोई बीमार पड़ जाएगा, which means एक आदमी फैक्ट्री नहीं जाएगा. Now what would happen? The total production that day would be less than consumption because 5000 gram is total consumption और 9 लोग गए हैं तो 4500 gram is the total production, which means that at least one person will consume less than what they need. And in our particular example, this is a game changer because a person consuming less than required reduces their vitality. Vitality is the life force of a person and it's also directly related to production and productivity at the factory. और अगर vitality is directly proportional to production और उसके कम होने से प्रोडक्शन कम होता है तो नेक्स्ट डे इवन इफ अ पर्सन गोज विथ 10% लेस वाइटलिटी, जो उस दिन का टोटल प्रोडक्शन होगा वुड अगेन बी लेस देन टोटल कंजम्पशन रिक्वायर्ड, विच मीन्स अगेन कोई एक ऐसा बंदा होगा जिसको टोटल मीन्स से लेस कंज्यूम करने को मिला होगा. नाउ दिस सेट्स ऑफ अ चेन रिएक्शन. सी, tomorrow's vitality is not random. It is literally today's vitality multiplied by the vitality gotten from the food consumed. Which means कोई बंदा अगर 90% vitality पे काम कर रहा है और वो आज भी कम खाएगा तो tomorrow he'll be even weaker. So look at this chart. First, the person who was sick, because he was producing and consuming less and less every day, his vitality was reducing exponentially. And hence one day he'll collapse. So the first member of the society will collapse. From then on, let's say अगर कोई और बंदा बीमार होता है and his burden of food is shared by others, then the average vitality of the society will reduce again. So this cycle will go on and will reach a point जहाँ पे पूरी सोसाइटी की जो vitality है वो zero हो जाएगी, and that is when the society as a whole will collapse. I know this is an extreme example. There are few inconsistencies, but this was done to prove a point, and let us simulate this in the software to get a more clearer picture. So we are back to our simulation, और इस बार ना we have introduced a variable called sickness probability. This is a probability of a person, the villager, getting sick on a random day. Right now the probability is 0, and when we start the simulation everything looks calm. जैसा कि ना यहाँ दिख रहा है, the food stock is stable because production and consumption are in equilibrium. So food stock जो है 5000 से नीचे नहीं जा रहा है because every day they produce 5000 gram of millet, they consume the same, और initial surplus 5000 का था. So that's why the food stock over time is constant. The vitality as well is rock solid. It's 100 for all the villagers because no villager is getting sick. Every villager is getting the required demand, and we can see here ये 10 लोगों की population है, nobody is sick here as well, so things are going smooth. But now let's play with the system and increase the sickness probability to 10%. ठीक है? Which means every day a person on a random basis is going to get sick, and what we have seen in the demonstration कि अगर एक बंदा भी बीमार पड़ता है तो over the time the average vitality of the villagers will decrease, and eventually population will also decrease and the society will cease to exist. So let's run the simulation. Here we can see that the food surplus जो कि 5000 ग्राम से स्टार्ट हुआ था, now the food surplus is reducing because जो भी sick बंदा होगा, जो भी less vitality वाला बंदा होगा, that person is consuming that food surplus, and धीरे धीरे the surplus is decreasing. The population is still 10, the vitality is still 100, but the food surplus is decreasing. Let's speed it up a little more. At this point in time, the surplus food is 0. That means whatever is being produced by the people, that is being consumed. और यहाँ पे हम ये देख सकते हैं कि हर दिन का consumption is less than 5000 grams, which means हर दिन जितना भी production है, that is far less than total consumption required by the villagers. जिसका मतलब ये है, the vitality is going to reduce, population भी reduce हो गया, 10 से 5 हो गए, 5 people have collapsed. Let's speed it up even further. And here, 3 साल 20,000 घंटे बाद, the town has completely collapsed. There's only one person remaining. Food stock is also 0, no surplus there. And the reason behind all of this, ये जो road है, this road causes major productivity losses because 4 घंटे लगते हैं घर से फैक्ट्री पर जाने के लिए. Entire half day's work is wasted on the road itself. What is the solution to this? Let's. Now, in order to solve for that, we have built better roads. Now the road is more broad. There are segways, bridges. Essentially, now the journey which took 4 hours each to and fro, it's gonna take 2 hours only. Meaning the villagers will save 4 hours of commute, which they can work for extended hours in the factory. 5 घंटे की जगह वो 9 घंटे काम कर सकते हैं and produce surplus millets. पहले वो 500 ग्राम millets produce कर रहे थे, अब they can produce 900 grams. While at the same time their consumption remains 500 gram, which has not changed. जिसका मतलब ये है कि there's gonna be extra surplus generated by each person every day. Now इसका मतलब ये है कि अगर now एक बंदा बीमार पड़ता है तो rest 9 people have enough surplus that they can cater to the need of this sick person while ensuring that their own consumption demands are met. So now let's simulate the environment with our newly built road. Rules are again simple. लोग 8 बजे अपने घर से निकलेंगे to the factory, but now it will take 2 hours. So let me start the simulation. And you see here 10 बजे बस पहुंच गई है फैक्ट्री में. Now the people will work for 9 hours and then they'll return home. Let me fast forward it a little. 7 बजे वो काम करके अपने घर पे पहुंच चुके हैं. And you see the food stock is now 9,000. Basically initially 5,000 था food stock. So even after consumption, रात भर खाना खा के भी 10 villagers ने, now still the surplus is more than the initial was. This means something positive is happening. Let me increase the probability, sickness probability to say 20%, and let me fast forward this and see where does our surplus and vitality are heading. See, even if 2 people are getting sick every day, the surplus is increasing. See, the surplus is increasing, vitality is rock solid, it's 100% for the entire village. इसका मतलब ये है कि जो सरप्लस प्रोड्यूस हो रहा है ना, दैट इज एनफ टू सस्टेन 20% ऑफ द पीपल इवन इफ दे डू नॉट वर्क. लेट मी इंक्रीज द प्रोबेबिलिटी टू लेट्स से 50%. हर दिन आधी जनता जाएगी नहीं काम करने, ठीक है. इन दैट केस इफ वी सी द सरप्लस बहुत कांस्टेंट है, बट इट इज डिक्लाइनिंग. ये डिक्लाइन जरूर करेगा एक पॉइंट के बाद, बिकॉज एक बंदा 2 बंदे के बराबर प्रोड्यूस नहीं कर रहा है, वो सिर्फ 900 ग्राम प्रोड्यूस कर रहा है. So eventually the chart is gonna go down, but if I keep this probability, let's say at 37-40%, then the entire population or the working population, जो कि 6 लोग हैं, वो बचे हुए 4 लोगों को सपोर्ट कर सकते हैं. And that's why, friends, infra is not a luxury, it's a necessity. Because when commute time shrink, when connectivity improves, the entire society gains efficiency. Suddenly, in our example, half the population can support the other half, which means surplus. And surplus is magical. Surplus means people can now step away from survival mode. Some can take holidays, some can enjoy leisure, others can dedicate themselves to research like science, medicine, technology. In fact, every leap of human civilization from Renaissance to Industrial Revolution began with surplus created by better systems. So next time you see a highway or an airport being built, don't just think about concrete poured in. Think of it as the foundation of resilience and progress.